I want everybody to know that I love my dad. I loved him all the time. He didn't treat me good, not like a son should be treated, I guess. But I couldn't say he was bad. Couldn't even say that he was bad. But it's just that when I was trying to get out a drink, you know, he kept offering me a drink and saying, you know, like, have another drink, boy, you know, have a whiskey, there you go, look, that'll do you good, and all this sort of stuff. And the point was, like, he was an alcoholic, but he never admitted it, you know. He was great, you know. So I say, you know, do you want a drink, boy, you know? Do you want a drink, boy, you know? Talk about old times, and yet, never did talk about old times, because the old times was like, chucking me against the wall, you know, when I was only a nipper, like, stuff like that. He give me mum a hard time, basically, yeah. I was there when my father died. I was actually at the hospital bed, and he wanted all the tubes out of him, you know. He was like self-supported by tubes, you know. Yeah, absolute tubes everywhere, you know, down here, up there, in the arms, down the legs. Wherever you like, tube in the stomach to pump out the blood and all this. He said to me, he said, and he could hardly speak at the time, and I didn't even recognise him. I went in the hospital with Jackie. He said, look, there's your dad. And I said, no, it's not my dad. And I believed that it wasn't my dad, you know. And I started to head round and look round and see other guys who might look nearer to my dad than what he did. And I couldn't see any, and in the end I come back to where I was. I said, hello, Dad, how you doing? So I'm doing okay. And I said, you sure? And he just like mumbled, you know? Just like sort of mumbled. And my sister was there as well, she could tell it. And he pointed to all these things coming out of his body and said, you know, okay, he didn't speak, because he couldn't speak, but he just sort of mumbled to get them things out of him. He just sort of mumbled, to what I heard was, so let me die with a bit of dignity, you know? Well, I thought that's what he meant, so I said to the doctors, you know, can you take all this stuff away? So I did, and he did. And my dad died about 8 minutes later, after he's ticked off all them things.
Here to sell some stuff at the attic and that, to get some money together. We've got no money. Since we last see you, we've had no money from the band. The last 2 gigs that they done, they didn't pay him out. Said they was going to, but they didn't. Just like getting some stuff together, and I mean, it all looks fun and looks like we're having a jolly good time, but it's not really.
Do you believe and trust in his Son, Jesus Christ, who redeems mankind? Do you believe and trust in his Holy Spirit, who sanctifies the people of God? I baptize you in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Thanks, Chris.
Oh no, that's the can.
Any more glasses? And mine. Don't get mine.
Right, that was a bit of a bad deal, wasn't it?
It was a spirit, yes.
Here's to Aaron.
Graham story.
Oh, it's 20 glasses, eh?
Oh,
Jason
returns.
To Aaron. Aaron.
To Aaron.
Number 2, Figgy. Number 2.
Number 2?
Yeah.
Actually, I'd already thought that he was probably the best player of the three.
I think he was good. He was like quiet and just get on with things.
Oceans of desire, lips are red, set my aching heart on fire. Your sexy voice sends shivers down my spine. Need to feel your body next to mine. Oh, Jackie, you make the sun start to shine. I need to feel your body next to mine. I'm done. Every time you see me down, you make me smile. Anytime you see me frown, when the clouds don't seem to blow away, you make the sun start to shine. Come to me like an angel from above. Now I'm falling head over heels in love. I'll be your dog, but please don't make me kind. Need to feel your body next to mine. Oh, Jackie, you make the sun start to shine. I need to feel your body next to mine. You pick me up anytime you see me down. You make me smile every time you see me frown. When the clouds won't seem to go away, you make the sun start to shine. You make the sun start to shine.
I take you, Jackie, to be my wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love, cherish and worship, according to God's holy law, and this is my solemn vow.